So I'm going to be trying to explain how to do the Excel thing that Dr. P showed us during class. So our experiment was angular velocity. It's weight versus force. So you got this is 0 grams weight, then we do 50 grams, then we do it like in intervals, and this is eventually what we get. And so I'm gonna try to explain how to do that. So what we wanted to find was, since this is one of our experiment's constants, which is 10 radians per second, I think, which is what we wanted to keep it at. And so these are the variables that we want to have. Our target is 10 radians per second. Our tolerance means that what the program's going to do is going to run through the entire thing, run through the entire data point and look for stuff that's 10 plus or minus 0.02. And our count is basically just, it doesn't really matter. It's just to show us that it's actually working. It does what we want it to do. This is basically the important part. So this is basically coding what the target and the tolerance does, like coding, coding. And what it says is, if the angular velocity is less than the target plus the tolerance, and if the angular velocity is greater than the target minus the tolerance, then you put the angular velocity into here. So this isn't actually what we want. What I actually want is the not the angular velocity, the force of that point. So instead of putting the angular velocity into here, we instead put the force into here. So if the angular velocity is less than the target plus the tolerance, or if the angular velocity is greater than the target minus the tolerance, then we put the force into this slot here. And if you double click this, it'll just extend all the way down to the biggest, what's it called? I don't even know what this is called. Second. This is time in seconds. So the issue with this is you can't really, unless you want to do it by hand, you can copy and paste this, but you can't really put all this stuff into there's just a lot of blank space in here. It's really inconvenient to look at. So what you would want to do is go here. Dr. P put out a program in the OneNote. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even have it open, I don't think. Dr. P put a macro in the OneNote, and we use it here. So I have it open right here. I don't know what this does. Frankly, I don't really care as long as it works. So what we do is, back in the 0 grams, this is the wrong side. Back in the 0 grams, we have H2 here. We have what we want here. We select this slot. I don't know what it's called. And then we go to the macro, and then we run it. What it does, it gets rid of all the blank spaces. We have 47 here, and it says we have 46, but that's because there's a blank space at the very top of it. And you can copy and paste this into whatever Excel file you want it to be in. So yeah, that's really what I didn't get about it.